Today's the 28th of January. Going to bring you the new moon, Aquarius. That'll happen tomorrow morning, 7:36 a.m. East Coast time. In the U.S., and it'll be quite an interesting time. We'll have just a few notes on it before I get into the details of the actual new moon. Remember, new moon, you want to plant seeds, and you want to make sure that you from an Aquarian perspective, it's the final or the fixed placement of the earth sign where you got to blend what you know versus what you're learning and how you affect your environment. How's the environment affected you? How are you affecting the environment? But 9 of the 10 planets are either in fixed or mutable signs. If you've listened at all to my channel, the cardinal signs are houses 1, 4, 7, and 10. And it's where you must start. It's like you got to take the initiative. You got to go with what you know. And then later, when the energies get to the next house, the fixed houses, which are 2, 5, 8, and 11, you got to start going, all right, what did that do to my environment? But when you're dealing with the cardinal signs, it's about you taking action and getting going based on your perspective. You're the change. You got to bring the change. When you get to fixed, it becomes a little different. You have to help change, but you got to blend it 50% with you taking action and then you observing, or you allowing others to maybe take control and see how together you can blend and start to work with this physical environment that we're a part of. So because and then the mutable sign is where you must master. You must master whatever the season it is, whether it's houses 1, 2, 3 spring, 4, 5, 6 summer, 7, 8, 9 fall, or houses 10, 11, 12 winter. That season, what that season represents, about starting a cycle, being in the nurturing of a cycle, being in the harvesting of a cycle, or being in the wrapping up the cycle to begin another from how you've catapulted yourself forward. So in that, with having these signs in the mutable where you must master, 9 of the 10 planets in the houses or signs that are mutable, or in fixed where you must kind of be a little stubborn. You got to take action, but you also must be wise enough to step back and observe what the action did, or what an action of somebody else did, and how you learned from what maybe they brought to the environment. So you must disperse that equally. Because it's such a mastery, we've been here before, we've done this, we've all seen this. So it's going to be very interesting. And then the sign of Aquarius itself, being it's the last of the air signs and it's the fixed of the air signs, you really, 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 really got to look for and be open to change. Aquarius, I like to say it rules by chaos, as it will let you get to a certain point, but then it's like, all right, this is where the universe wants to kind of step in like a lightning bolt and wake your ass back up and realize that there's so much more. And it's almost where I'm going to encourage all of you to realize that in this, the energy is going to be that the universe says, you're ready, let's go. That's why all this change is happening. But you've got to be careful. Just because there's change and it's at this time doesn't necessarily mean that it's for freedom. Aquarius seeks freedom at all cost. You might fall for somebody else's freedom too much, and you might allow them more freedom or give them your power, allow them to be the parasite on you. And then they may be more free because you do the work for them. So you want to be careful with that, or that you do that to somebody else. So watch out here. It's a very dangerous time, but it's a very freeing time. And there's a lot of what I'm going to say, we're going to get introduced back to what we already know, because there's really not much new, in my opinion, anywhere. It's just a matter of us getting back to who we really are, because we've been so misled. Now, in that, if Aquarius falls in house 1, 2, or 3, it's spring season for you that you're adjusting. And what do you do in spring? You plant seeds because you know that the sun is coming back for longer periods of time each day to heat the earth, to stimulate that environment, that ground, that wherever you put the seed, to get it to grow. Your job is to get that seed planted with what you know. What it grows into, you don't really care about. That's if Aquarius is going to fall in house 1, 2, 3 or for you. If it falls in house 4, 5, 6, that's summer. You must now nurture. The plant has surfaced, and you must look at it and go, what the heck is it? Do I water it? Do I don't water it? Do I leave it? And so you got to measure that. You got to nurture it. You got to go, maybe I pull a few leaves off. Maybe I don't. But you nurture that thought, that idea, that belief system. And remember, Aquarius is an air sign, so it's about communicating or being communicated to you. So know that information is going to pass back and forth. Huge gains are going to happen here. Or, huge setbacks because you'll go back further. Because I always look at Aquarius, it'll catapult you. It allows you to skip steps because it reminds you you've already done it. Or it'll toss your ass backwards if you got to go back through something because you didn't truly learn. If Aquarius is going to fall in house 7, 8, and 9, that's fall. And that's where you must reap that which you've sown. You must get the value or work with and through others to find the true value. So you must partner. And then you must gain from the harvest. And what is it that you can gain? If Aquarius falls in house 10, 11, 12 for you, that's the winter time. It's where you must use that which you've come to understand to help sustain you to get through the winter months until you can get back to spring to where we can grow again. If you have a question where Aquarius is for you, you can, in the comment section below, email me, and I will try to help you find where Aquarius fell, because that sets all these planets in motion. Now, the other couple things I noticed before I get into this any deeper is that we had most of the planets, all but 2 of them, 2 or 3, are going to be in one quadrant for most of us, but they're going to be in one section. They're all on one side, definitely on one side. So you also then want to follow, all right, where is it? Which side, which part? Now, if everything falls on what I'm going to say the left half of your chart or house 10 through 3, it's where you're in control of destiny. So all this stuff is about you planting seeds, about what you know and where you need to take it. If it's on the right side of your chart, it's where destiny plays its role, and then you come and fit in with destiny. That's in house 4 through 9. If it's in house 1 through 6, that's where you're working on you. So the seeds are planted within you. What more can you become? What more can you know? If it's in house 7 through 12, that's where you've got to do and understand all this in the outside world. For me, it's first house, bottom, pretty much everything. And so it's like I'll be throwing the ideas out. That's why I'm talking about some different things today. I also need to work on myself, so I am changing tremendously. And with Pluto involved here, I'll get into that in a second. I don't want to do that yet. Also, if you're in house 1 through 6, all this work's going to be done in the darkness, right? That's the nighttime in one's chart. So it's you working on you within. You may not have to show it from a physical perspective. If it's in house 7 through 10, 7 through 12, it'll be you in the outer world. So think about that as we kind of divide these charts up. Now, as far as the aspects go, a couple more comments for the aspects. 9 of the 10 planets are in 5 are in fixed and 4 are in mutable signs. 5 planets are in air signs. I already discussed all that. And then because there's going to be conjunctions here, a pretty nice amount of conjunctions in this new moon, it's extreme power. You got the sun, moon, Mercury, and Pluto all together here. early in the sign of Aquarius. And remember, the sun's your life force, the moon's where you've been, Mercury's your ability to communicate on this physical plane, on this world, and then Pluto's your soul. So those planets are all together. Think of how powerful that is. Neptune and Venus are together. Venus is the ultimate love. Neptune is our sensual ability to love on this planet. So we have so much going on, and it's so late in signs, or in the latter two signs, right, Aquarius and Neptune, from these conjunctions, that this is completion. We've been here. We've done this. Neptune, anything in Neptune, maybe we're pulling something from the past. Maybe your love or your ability to love is from the past, or your understanding of love, and so you're coming and understanding from a way deeper perspective on love. As far as where you're trying to go, sun, moon, where you've been, with Mercury and Pluto, you're going to communicate things on a level, or you'll be finding people that are going to communicate things. The deja vu and the synchronicities and the likenesses of where you're bouncing things off of and how simple it can be are so magnified that I can't even explain how, as you go through this and what you do, you'll be finding people doing the exact same thing as you, and you never even talk to each other. So the synchronicities are out of control. Enjoy this. This is where you realize how the universe works. This damn simulation that we're in on this damn physical planet has totally misconstrued this whole thing, where we have to go to what this physical plane can teach us, right? Or what we can get taught in this simulation, because we don't know. You're realizing that that's the biggest line of bullshit ever, and that you know and others know, and you're all starting to find each other. And you're doing it with ease. Let it be easy. Do not struggle here. If it's not happening, just become more aware. I've been telling people, become the most intense observer that you can possibly be, because you're being shown everything. And it's right in your face, okay? The lies, the truths, the fooling or the misconstrued scenarios, and the total deep understanding of just how good you are and how powerful you are is all right in front of you. Those are the conjunctions. Oppositions. Two planets are opposing each other. We have 0. I cannot believe this. I don't ever remember this happening, where there was no oppositions. It's amazing. And so I'm not going to say this is going to be easy, because Aquarius never doesn't like to, it likes to bring chaos. But if you become the most intense and like just pure observer you can be, you'll see all this, okay? You'll see that the chaos isn't. The chaos is just trying to take you out of you being stuck in whatever simulation you bought into to get you back to you. You're going to really empower yourself here. The potential is. I hope you do it. It's by observing. Throw some patience into the wind. Stay in the middle. You know I've been saying that forever. The squares, where two planets are in opposite elements, or not opposite elements, but elements that don't work together. The two of the middle planets, if we look at them from the sun all the way out to Pluto, Jupiter and Saturn are going to square each other. Saturn's in Pisces, Jupiter's in Gemini. So what's going on is we're at the final stages of all that you've ever known, the good and bad karma, how you imprisoned yourself, how you can get out of your prison. Saturn had to teach us all that. We've all learned. We saw just how far off we got on the path, and that we're getting back on it. Now Jupiter's in Gemini. Gemini wants you to learn, wants you to figure it out. So it's the chance here to communicate that which you maybe are opening to, and then maybe it'll help you with Saturn being in Pisces to grab that which you actually really were, all the gifts and all the work that you had done to benefit from. Chiron and Mars are also going to be square. Chiron's in Aries and Mars is in Cancer. So, Chiron's a wounded healer. Being in Aries you might be making some mistakes or reintroducing old patterns or habits that reminded you things to work on. Because of Mars being in Cancer, Mars doesn't really like in Cancer because Cancer is ruled by the moon. It's very water emotional. So what I would tell you is you'll find yourself swinging big time. You might find yourself just in tears one moment, or you might find somebody in tears with Mars being there. That's okay. It's about truly getting to what you knew, who you were, and what's in your damn arsenal. And use these squares to really work. Squares say, hey, do the work. The elements don't want to work together, but just give the extra step. Go the extra mile. Always do this from the middle ground, right? Don't get too extreme. Cancer likes to or can get a little out of whack, but don't let that happen. Patience, please. Now the trines, we have a lot of them. Trines are good. There's 7 of them. It's where 2 planets are in the same or in like elements that they want to work together. We have Neptune and Mars. Now Neptune and Mars maybe isn't great, but you can take a passion. Neptune and Mars you wouldn't think work together, but take a passion or how passionate that you are, and take that and work it together. They're in 2 water signs. And break things down and really sort them out. Neptune's in Pisces, and so know that taking these 2 planets when they're trying, get very passionate about some things and allow yourself that passion, and you might really find that there's a lot going on. What I find is I'm listening to a lot of music from my past, and it's very moving for me now, and I'm seeing it way deeper, so you might find music a way to tap into this a little further. Mars and Venus, the male and the female from the physical perspective side, are also trine. I like that, as they are also in Pisces and Cancer, just like Neptune and Mars were. And so take the same approach, music. You'll find that the attraction from others, or you'll see people in a way, wow, they're really good, or man, they're way deeper than I thought, or they might see you that way, so know that's the opportunity. Now, Jupiter's going to be trying the 4 planets that are conjunct, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Pluto. This is a huge opportunity to take what I talked about earlier, taking the conjunction, the new moon, plant seeds wherever Aquarius is, Jupiter in Gemini, all these planets in Aquarius. Take what you know, what you want to learn, what you're going to learn, teach it or learn it. Go get in classes. Go do all that. Huge. Remember, Jupiter magnifies or expands anything it touches. It's touching these 4 planets together on this new moon. These seed planting opportunities are off the charts, and people will start to get it. I've had a lot of people come to me and go, some are my kids and some are friends, they go, dude, you told me about this 20 years ago. How did you keep it quiet? I'm an Aquarius rising. I have Aquarius and Pluto exactly conjunct. My timing might be a little off, but I kind of always have understood where we're going. And so for me, it's like I have to bring it up like I do in these things. And people have ridiculed the hell out of me my whole life, but they almost always, 100% of the time, come back and go, dude, now I see what you were saying. But when I bring it up, it's like the physical world is not ready. And I had to learn that. It was a frustrating time for me because I'd get frustrated thinking, man, people are stupid. People don't get it. But what I realized was my timing's off from where we are. I'm in this simulation that I can't get out of it, right? I just got to recognize it, which I've finally come to know that this is a damn game. We're in a simulation. But what I know, when I know it, is off. That's what Aquarius does to you. So the timing will be off. Everybody else might not be ready for what I want to bring up, but eventually it comes to. And everybody brings up stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I know that, or I have some of that. And they're like, why didn't you say anything? It's like, because if I would have, you would have looked at me as a quack. So I got it. So I just stay back, I'm calm, and I just kind of enjoy the show. So in that, opportunities here for you. You are awakening to who you are at a soul level, not this damn physical body that you got. I don't care what your body looks like. You could be hot as hell. You might not feel you're not hot at all. You could be short. You could be fat. You could be green, red, orange, purple. I don't care. You could be young. You could be old. None of that matters. Your soul is your soul. Start recognizing the souls because they are awakening. Enjoy the process here. The change is everywhere. I call it wealth transfer, but it's not just wealth transfer. It's value transfer that's going on right now. The people that have been in control are going away if you empower. I'm begging you to empower. That's the key here. If you do, you're going to love where this takes us. I'm going to leave you with this. Don't hold on to anything too tight. Because Pluto says, if you need a lesson that's learned, that needs to be learned in your life, not anybody else's, Pluto's going to introduce it to you at a level that's you might want to run from, you might want to hide, don't do any of that. Realize that, hey, I'm in a huge Pluto transit, and we all are because it's just entering Aquarius, new sign, for the truth. And so realize that the truth is at your fingertips. How you handle Pluto is going to be the best. And the best way to handle it is going to get you the furthest, I should say. Best way to handle it is hold on to nothing too tight. Just don't hold on to anything too tight. If it needs to go away and it's meant for you, it'll come back. But you are the one that has to understand that. If you awaken to things that you're not, that maybe that you're like, wow, this isn't me. Maybe it isn't you that you've been led to or at least come to in this shell that you're in. But maybe it is you at a soul level. So get after it. I'd be really interested to hear what y'all think, what y'all feel, and what you're going through. Because this is monumental. Enjoy it. Remember, the harder you hold on, the more you lose. So hold on loosely. My favorite song, 38 Special. See ya.